Hey everyone, welcome to the Alpha Truth. I'm the Truth Alpha, and today we're talking about your life review. So, I don't know what you know about your life review, if you've ever heard about it or even thought about it, but that's what we're going over today. So, getting right into it here. You have your life review when you die, or when you die, because you don't actually die, you just leave this physical body and go back to the place you came from called heaven. Now, the place you initially go to is an area of heaven called Summerland. Now, this area is like a park, it looks like a park. There's grassy areas, there's flowers, trees, people, plants, water, and there's actually music playing in the air, and it's just a very nice place to be. So, you actually spend some time here to get acclimated to your new life in the heavenly spheres, because we were just, you just had your incarnation and you need to get used to your new life. I mean, it is a new experience, even though you came from there, but when you first go back, it's a change, because for one, you don't have to eat, you don't have to sleep, you're a spiritual being. Now, you can eat, you can pick an apple off of a tree and you can eat that, but getting back to the actual life review part of it, not long after you go there, you have your life review. Now, everyone thinks, or at least most religious people think, that God judges you. God does not. He does not judge you. You actually judge yourself. So I'll explain. You have your life review, which is not just you sitting there watching yourself on a monitor, spending 80 years watching your whole life in a straightforward line. The way it actually works is it's like a very interactive experience. It happens really fast because you get all of the information in sort of blocks of information. So the main elements of your life review are how you lived your life, how you felt, and how you made other people feel. And that's really the key thing when it comes to your life review, is how you feel versus just how you acted. Because when you have your life review, you cannot hide. You cannot lie. You feel those emotions as if someone just hit you in the arm right now. Like, I just felt that on my hand, and I didn't have control of how my brain responded to that. It's like that. You cannot hide. The light is shining on you in that moment. So, if you're a good person in your life, and even if you've done some harm, you'll be totally fine in your life review. You don't have to worry about this. But if you are a bad person and you do bad things, then you might have some issues. So, for example, if you're a type of person who wants to just stampede through anybody to get to the top, say corporate America in business, and you hurt people and you make people go bankrupt, or just anything bad like that. If that's the kind of person you are and that's the life you lead, then during your life review, you're going to actually feel how you made those other people feel that you harmed. And you're not going to be able to hide from that. Now, all is not lost here, because you can actually repent, if you want to use a religious type word. But during your life review, if you feel that negative feeling that when you hurt people, if you feel sorry, if you feel guilty and you feel bad about that, then you actually forgive yourself in that moment, because you know that it was a mistake, you're not perfect, and you regret it. You actually forgive yourself and repent, and everything's fine. You might not go to the highest level of heaven, but you're not going to go to hell just because you weren't perfect. We're all not perfect. If you are here on earth, it's because you're not perfect, or else we would have never came here. That's sort of the purpose of us. It's one of the biggest reasons why we came here. It's not the only reason, but it's one of the biggest reasons. So that's the most important part, is how you made people feel. It also happens the same way on the positive side. If you were really a good person, you helped your mom and dad, you were a really good parent, you had the best intentions for humanity, you're going to feel those positive emotions during your life review. And honestly, after you know this information, it's gonna make your life review way easier if you just start being a good person every day of your life. You know, even the little things count. They all add up. And if in the more good things you do, the more positivity you attract in your own life. So something that personally I've started to do, which might sound silly to a lot of people, is I try not to kill bugs anymore. Now, unless they're immediately trying to harm me, like a bee or a wasp or something, then I don't kill them. I would much rather take them and put them outside. And this goes with even plants, or you can take it as far as you want, but you have to respect all life because we're all the same thing. We're all as one at the end of the day. Humans are a higher level of consciousness than, say, a bug, but God still created the bug and it's still part of everything. It still matters. So it really is a dick thing to just smash a bug because you can. I mean, so that's one of the things that I've taken up, and it's something you can do to make a small impact. And it's not everything. It's not the end all be all, but that's just something, just an idea. But, you know, more importantly, probably something that would help out even more is just have good intentions for people. Don't, if you're at a 9-to-5 job or just any job you have, don't throw people under the bus. Don't try to intentionally hurt people for your own benefit or your own sick enjoyment to see somebody fail. Don't do that, because it's going to come back and you're going to feel the way you made that person feel in your life review. And if you don't feel sorry for it in your life review, then you might have an issue. But most people are good, and that's something that I really want you to know, is almost everyone in this world are actually good people. There's far more good people in this world than there are bad. So as I continue to talk about the life review, don't worry if you've done some bad things in your life and you've hurt people. If you feel guilty about it and if you regret it, you'll be totally fine. So before I continue talking about this, let me read this real quick and then we'll go over this a little bit more. So the life review is mainly concerned with the interplay of the person undergoing the life review. It portrays the way the person lived and the reactions one had with various people that they interacted with. This is because human life is considered to be more relevant to the person concerned than their interplay with other forms of life, meaning plants and animals. However, excuse me, for certain people who spent much of their life interacting with animals and vegetables, the importance of that in their life review is much higher. For instance, if someone was a gardener, then because of their close interaction with plants, that would play a bigger role in their life review. So a person who spent much of their life as an arbiter, someone who kills, slaughters animals, that would play a bigger role in their life review versus somebody who just eats meat. Now, however, I should say, the effect on their level of spirituality, and thus the area of heaven that they will be drawn to, will be affected. So, although that person may not be directly affected during the life review, it's going to affect where they actually go after it's over. So, no one should consume the flesh and life force of humans' closest relatives, the animal kingdom. God created animals as part of the great experiment, not for the sordid satisfaction of humans. Now, take that with what you will, with what you want. I'll just say right off the bat, I eat meat, and I know most of you eat meat, and this is not anything religious. I'm not religious at all, but it is kind of a dick thing, if you really think about it, to eat meat, because you're killing an animal and eating it. It's I know it's so normal in our society that you almost don't even think about that, but you're not going to go to hell if you eat meat, okay? It's not that bad. But if you want to go on the path of spirituality and you really want to, go forward with that, then eating meat is something you should really consider limiting in your diet. Because, if you say, for example, if you're a guy who kills animals or slaughters cows all your life, during your life review, you're actually going to feel the fear that you caused all those animals. And you're going to have to deal with that in your life review. So, I mean, the best way to ace your life review, if you want to think of it that way, is to be a good person in every way you can possibly think. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't. Like I said, if you were perfect, you wouldn't be here anyway. So that's the best way I can describe it to you of passing your life review. Be a good person, help other people, and don't expect anything in return when you do it. Help people because you need to help your fellow man. And if we all did that, this world would be totally different. So, getting just a little bit more into of your life review, after it's over, after you sort of watch it and experience it, like I said, it's like an interactive type thing. So you're not just watching a video. You're actually feeling the emotions that you caused. If you did a lot of good, it's going to be easy and you're going to go to a higher level of heaven. Now, there are different areas of heaven. The better, if you were just a saint, for example, and you were perfect all your life, or like someone like Jesus, Jesus lives in a very high level of heaven. But if you're like your average person who's not that good and not that bad, then you're going to go to like an area like Summerland, which is really beautiful and really nice, but it's not as high of a level. Now, you're not stuck where you go. For the bad people, if you go to hell, you're not stuck there for all of eternity, because a little thing people don't know is hell is actually located in heaven. Hell is an area in heaven, and it's actually under the control of angels. It's not a matter of God putting you in heaven or putting you in hell. It's a matter of your frequency or your vibrational energy. So it's the law of mutual attraction. If you're a person who does a lot of harm to other people and you're happy about it and you feel good about that, then naturally you're vibrating at a certain lower frequency. And when you do your life review, by the law of mutual attraction, that gets sort of brought into your life and you're just where you resonate with. So you're here and this is here, and it just so happens that on a lower frequency, it's more dark, dismal, and ugly, and there's more negative emotions there. That's just the way it is. But people who are more positive, happy people and help one another, those people are vibrating at a higher frequency. Therefore, they are attracted to a higher level of heaven, which just so happens to be more of a beautiful area. So, trying to think of what more I can talk about with your life review. Main topics is just be a good person. Your life review is going to happen to everyone. God does not judge you. You judge yourself. And don't think you have to be perfect to go to heaven, because you don't. You just have to, from this point on, now that you know, be a better person every single day and you'll be perfectly fine. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you have any questions, put it down in the comments below, and if I know about it, I'll give you an answer. And if you want to tell me something that I don't know, leave it down in the comments below too, and we'll discuss it. So with that, hit the subscribe button. Plenty more videos coming out. Only my second video out so far, so this is just getting going here. I want to build a community of like-minded people, truth-seeking people who want to better their lives. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.